Egyptians gather in front of Rafah crossing, expressing their rejection and denouncing calls to displace Palestinians. Minister of Foreign Affairs state Cairo is making international contacts to ensure full implementation of ceasefire agreement in Lebanon. And Minister of Health and Population confirms number of births in Egypt has not exceeded 2 million annually for the first time since 2007. You're watching the latest updates from Egypt on Qnews. Let's move to the latest developments. Egyptians gathered in front of Rafah crossing, expressing their rejection and denouncing calls to displace Palestinians. The delegation also expressed support for Egyptian President Abdelatty al-Sisi, who earlier emphasized that the displacement of Palestinians is an injustice that Egypt will not participate in. President Sisi reiterated that Cairo will not tolerate such calls, stressing that there is no solution other than the two-state solution. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has emphasized Egypt's firm rejection of any actions that would result in the forced displacement of Palestinians to neighboring countries, calling such measures a liquidation of the Palestinian cause. Speaking at a press conference alongside his Iraqi counterpart Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, Madbouli highlighted the alignment between Egypt and Iraq on key political issues, including the right of Palestinians to establish an independent state based on the 1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital. The two leaders also discussed challenges facing the Arab region and their shared commitment to resolving them. Minister of Foreign Affairs Abdelatty has stated that Cairo is making international contacts to ensure the full implementation of the ceasefire agreement in Lebanon. During his meeting with Lebanese President Joseph Aoun, the foreign minister emphasized Egypt's commitment to Israel's complete withdrawal from southern Lebanon, noting that they discussed the importance of implementing Resolution 1701. Minister of Foreign Affairs Abdelatty has stated that he discussed with his Lebanese counterpart Abdullah Bahbib the critical importance of fully implementing UN Resolution 1701 in all its provisions and clauses. In a press conference with his Lebanese counterpart, Abdelatty emphasized Egypt's commitment to ensuring the complete and unconditional withdrawal of Israeli forces from southern Lebanon without compromising any part of Lebanon's sovereignty or territory. Minister of Foreign Affairs Abdelatty has discussed ways to enhance joint cooperation between Egypt and Benin in various fields of common interests. In a phone call with the Foreign Minister of Benin, Olusegun Adedaji, Minister Abdelatty stressed Egypt's commitment to supporting development efforts in Benin by providing training programs, capacity building, and providing technical support to Benin cadres in various fields. Minister of Foreign Affairs Abdelatty has participated in the annual conference of the Egyptian Council for Foreign Affairs. In his opening speech, Abdelatty addressed the unprecedented challenges facing the region, particularly the Palestinian cause. He highlighted Egypt's efforts to manage the situation in the Gaza Strip following the war in establishing a ceasefire. In a statement released by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Egypt has expressed its sincere condolences to the United States for the victims of the deadly collision between an American passenger plane and a helicopter in Washington. The statement affirmed Egypt's full solidarity with the U.S., both government and people, offering heartfelt condolences and sympathy to the families and loved ones of the victims. Egypt also expressed its continued support as investigations into the tragic crash unfold. Minister of Health and Population Khaled Abdelghaffar has confirmed that the number of births in Egypt has not exceeded 2 million annually for the first time since 2007. Abdelghaffar stated that in 2024, the number of births increased to 1,968,000, down from 2,045,000 in 2023, reflecting a decline of 77,000 births, or 3.8%. This marks the lowest birth rate since 2007. Starting February the 1st, the National Telecom Regulatory Authority, the NETRA, will implement technical measures to block the activation of mobile phones that do not meet international recognized standards. This initiative is part of the NETRA's effort to improve the telecom market by addressing the impact of non-compliant devices on service quality and public health. The authority encouraged consumers to verify the compliance of new phones by checking the 15-digit IMEI number through the telephony app and to request a tax invoice when purchasing a new device. The Supreme Council of Antiquities has launched a restoration and rehabilitation project for the Ramses II temple at the Ramseum in Luxor in collaboration with Korean National University of Culture Heritage. Minister of Tourism Sharif Fathi confirmed that the restoration project will revive and preserve one of Egypt's most important temples while also creating new tourist attractions in Luxor Governorate. He added that it will enhance the tourism experience for both Egyptian and foreign visitors, particularly those interested in cultural tourism. The World Health Organization has announced that Egypt has successfully eradicated lymphatic filariasis alongside several other countries. According to a statement from the WHO, 10 countries in the East have managed to eliminate at least one neglected tropical disease, with Egypt and Yemen successfully eradicated lymphatic filariasis. Egypt and Kenya have signed 12 joint agreements to boost bilateral ties and expand cooperation in various sectors. The agreements include political consultations, diplomatic trading, and investment cooperation between the Kenya Investment Authority and Egypt's General Authority of Investment. Other memoranda cover maritime partnership between the Lamu and Alexandria Port Authorities and the Red Sea and Kenya Port Authorities. The nations will also cooperate on youth empowerment, higher education, research, IT, space governance, sustainable development, and urban developments. Egypt and Iraq have signed 12 cooperation agreements during an expanded session of the Egyptian-Iraqi Joint Higher Committee. These agreements mark a new phase of collaboration across multiple sectors, fostering economic, cultural and infrastructural development between both nations. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli and Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammad Shia al-Sudani reaffirmed both countries' commitment to deepening bilateral cooperation and fostering sustainable development. Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammad Shia al-Sudani has confirmed that contracts with Egyptian companies for executing infrastructure projects have reached over 600 billion Iraqi dinars. During a meeting with his Egyptian counterpart, the Iraqi Prime Minister urged Egyptian companies to take advantage of the attractive investment environment in Iraq to increase investments in the country and achieve greater integration between the two nations to tackle economic and climate change challenges. The drilling vessel Saipem 10,000 has arrived in Egypt waters to begin drilling operations at the Zohr natural gas field. These activities aim to quickly increase production after drilling operations. They align with the Ministry of Petroleum and Mineral Resources agreement with INI to resume field development and begin drilling new wells in early 2025. This will boost natural gas production from the Zohr field, supporting the ministry's strategy to meet the needs of citizens and state sectors for petroleum and natural gas. Ali Farag and Hani Al-Hammami have captured the 2025 JP Morgan Tournament of Champions title in New York. Farag secured a record-equaling fourth men's crown, and Al-Hammami claimed her maiden title at Grand Central Terminal. Farag, 31, joins Canada's Jonathan Power as the only four-time champions in the event's softball era after battling past world number 3 Ilyas 11-9, 12-10, 6-11, 11-4 in 64 minutes. Al-Hammami, ranked third in the world, produced one of the biggest wins of her career, defeating Gohar 8-11, 11-8, 3-11, 11-6, 11-8 in a grueling 79-minute contest. Zamalek have finalized the acquisition of midfielder Mahmoud Jihad from Farco AFC on a 4.5-year contract. The 23-year-old had been a long-term target for the Cairo Giants, with the move strengthening Zamalek's roster as they prepare to vie with rivals Ahli and Pyramids FC for domestic and continental silverware. Jihad, who made 50 appearances across all competition for Farco FC, registered 2 goals in the 9 league games this season. The midfielder previously earned calls-ups to Egypt's U23 Olympic team, but did not secure a spot in the final squad for the upcoming Paris 2024 Games. Al Ahly has strengthened their attacking options by securing Moroccan forward Ashraf Ben Sharqi from Qatari club Al Rayyan. The 30-year-old winger's contract with Al Rayyan was terminated by mutual consent after he reportedly paid his release clause, paving the way for the Moroccan international to join the Egyptian champions on a free transfer. Al Ahly announced that the former Zamalek star has signed a 2.5-year contract reportedly worth $1.3 million per season. Egyptian Meteorological Authority, the EMA, has predicted moderate weather to prevail in Cairo, Lower Egypt. Moderately warm weather is also expected to hit South Sinai and South Upper Egypt. Winds will be active in Cairo, Lower Egypt, South Sinai and south of the country. The country will also witness mist on agricultural and highway roads in Cairo, Lower Egypt, Canal cities, North Coast, Central Sinai and North Upper Egypt. Light rainfall will prevail in North Coast and North Upper Egypt and intermittent periods. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin. Here is what we've been covering. Egyptians gather in front of Rafah crossing, expressing their rejection and denouncing calls to displace Palestinians. Minister of Foreign Affairs State Cairo is making international contacts to ensure full implementation of ceasefire agreement in Lebanon. The Minister of Health and Population confirms number of births in Egypt has not exceeded 2 million annually for the first time since 2007. That's all for now. Remember to stay updated by following Q News for the latest developments.